Hey pros, today's topic is statistics. Statistics is the branch of mathematics that deals with collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and presenting data. It's heavily used in AI because it deals with collecting data, describing data, inferring from data, and model uncertainty. If you're flying solo, no worries. We've got your back. You are never alone on this journey. Otherwise, let's turn this into a family game night so we can build confidence, spark curiosity, and have fun. Ready? Okay, let's go. Over 80% of data-driven decisions in business rely on statistical analysis. That's true. Most business analytics and decision-making processes are grounded in statistical methods. True or false? Statistics helps identify trends and patterns in large data sets. Of course, that is true. Identifying trends and patterns is a core function of statistical analysis. True or false? The mean is always the best measure of central tendency in statistics. That is false. The mean is not always the best measure, especially with skewed data or outliers. True or false? Statistical outliers can distort the results of an analysis. That is true, absolutely. Outliers can significantly impact statistical results and interpretations. True or false? Every data set follows a normal distribution. That's false. Many data sets are not normally distributed and may follow other distributions. True or false? Inferential statistics allow conclusions to be drawn about populations from samples. That's true. Inferential statistics use sample data to make generalizations about larger groups. True or false? Probability and statistics are closely related fields. That's true. Probability theory underpins many statistical concepts and techniques. True or false? Statistics cannot be used to make predictions about future events. That is false. It's predictive analysis. It is used to make predictions, and it's a major application in statistics. True or false? Correlation always implies causation in statistical analysis. That is false. Correlation does not imply causation. Other factors may be involved. True or false? The median is less affected by extreme values than the mean. That is false. The median is robust to extreme values and outliers, meaning that it can accommodate them. True or false? Standard deviation measures the spread or variability of a data set. That's true. Standard deviation quantifies how much data varies from the mean. True or false? All statistical tests assume the data is perfectly accurate. That's not exactly true. Statistical tests often assume data accuracy, but real-world data can be imperfect. True or false? Descriptive statistics summarize and describe the main features of a data set. That is true. Descriptive statistics provide summaries such as mean, median, and mode. True or false? The mode is the value that appears most frequently in a data set. That's true. The mode identifies the most common value in a data set. True or false? Hypothesis testing is a key part of inferential statistics. That's true. Hypothesis testing evaluates assumptions about populations using sample data. True or false? Statistical significance means the result is important in real-world terms. That is false. Statistical significance refers to mathematical likelihood, not practical importance. True or false? Sampling bias rarely affects the validity of statistical conclusions. That is false. Sampling bias introduces errors that can skew results. True or false? Relation analysis is used to model relationships between variables. That's true. Regression analysis models and predicts relationships between variables. Research, ordinary least squares, residuals, R-squared, and assumptions of linear models. True or false? Statistics is only used for scientists and mathematicians. That is false. Statistics is widely used in many professions, not just science and math. True or false? P-values help determine whether to reject a null hypothesis. That is true. P-values are used to assess evidence against a null hypothesis. Research, hypothesis testing. True or false? Statistics can be used in both qualitative and quantitative research. That's true. Both qualitative and quantitative research can employ statistical analysis. True or false? Confidence intervals provide a range of values for estimating population parameters. That's true. Confidence intervals estimate population parameters within a range. True or false? Big data has made traditional statistical methods obsolete. That's actually false. Big data enhances but does not replace, at least at the moment, traditional statistics. True or false? Statistics is important in fields like healthcare, sports, and education. Many industries use statistics to inform decisions and improve outcomes. There's a wide array of industries that use statistics. True or false? Data visualization is a statistical tool for communicating insights. That's true. Data visualization helps convey statistical findings clearly. True or false? All statistics are objective and free from interpretation. That's not true, of course. Statistics can be influenced by subjective interpretation and data choices. True or false? Inferential statistics require random sampling from the population. That is true. Proper inference often requires random sampling for unbiased results. Misrepresentation or selective reporting can distort statistical conclusions. That's true. Research point estimation, maximum likelihood estimation, MLE, and also research confidence intervals. True or false? The interquartile range is a measure of statistical dispersion. That is true. The interquartile range shows the spread of the middle 50% of data. True or false? Statistics never require ethical considerations. That is false. Everything requires an ethical consideration. See you next time, pros. Congratulations, you made it to the end. Here's to you for taking the quiz and stepping into the future with AI. Here's to your willingness to have a new perspective, a new prospective, to experience new possibilities. Let's keep outpacing the challenges ahead. And if you've learned anything new, please hit the like button, subscribe and grow with us, and turn on notifications so that you never miss a way to stay ahead. Drop a comment. Let us know what we're doing right and maybe what we're doing not so right. Your comments and your opinions matter. And if you're enjoying the journey, follow along for even more ways to sharpen your edge. Let's push forward together, pros. I'll see you next time. All right, baby. AI.